Viewer discretion is advised.
Alright, let's see what the muse sent me to read. What a load of
I have something to say.
No! God! No! God, please! No! 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 Shut the hell up.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of 3 Geeks Flix. This is the Tech flying solo, and yes, I have a rant for you. The Muse sent me a text today with a little bit of news. He had watched a clip from Collider. Shout out to you guys. Granddaddy kind of paved the way for us all. We appreciate it all. Keep up the great work. Definitely do watch. Of some Star Wars Episode 9 news. And I'm sure some of you have seen this by now. That there's a petition out that is calling for Mr. JJ Abrams to be pulled, to be removed, to step down from Star Wars Episode 9. And I'm going to read to you now the petition that follows. Star Wars fans abroad were upset with the result of JJ Abrams' directing of Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Although not reflected in box office sales, most fans agree that Abrams' vision of Star Wars Episode 7 resulted in a rehash of Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. There was virtually no creativity and no risk taken. Such complacency cannot be the trajectory of this sequel trilogy. More specifically, the metric for success in a Star Wars movie cannot be box office sales. Lucasfilm and Disney need, in little stars, to listen to fan criticism. Star Wars fans deserve better, they demand better. It goes on to say, at the start of the new sequel trilogy, beginning with The Force Awakens, Lucasfilm and Disney promised a new director for each movie to promote a fresh new vision on every installment. With the hiring of JJ Abrams to direct upcoming Episode 9, Lucasfilm and Disney have both reneged on this promise. And I'm not done. Therefore, to prevent Star Wars Episode 9 from becoming yet another ripoff of the original trilogy, specifically a ripoff of Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, and for the good of the Star Wars brand, we demand that Kathleen Kennedy remove JJ Abrams as director of the upcoming Episode 9 film. Now, I don't have time for Rick. So, Rick, I'm sorry you're not going to start the show for us this time. But here is my rant. Where do I begin? Okay? First off, there was no creativity? No risks taken? Okay. Whoa. Stop a second there, Captain Obvious. Female lead. 2 minority leads. Brand new droid, completely redesigned, something never done before. And they took the 3 main stars from the original trilogy, take that 4, Chewie, and made them supporting characters. How is that not a risk? How is that not something that takes chances, okay? So, as far as your argument there, you could shove it up your ass. I think it's out the window. I think it's unmerited. I think that you need to go back to school and relearn the wheel on this. Tomorrow we'll do colors. To go down a little further, you know, they do listen to fans, okay? They listen to us. If there would have been extremely horrible reception on 7, no, they wouldn't have brought JJ back, okay? I think there's a small group of it, and I've looked at this petition. I've seen how many people have signed it. There are currently 3,268 supporters. They need to reach 5,000 people. 5,000 people out of the entire world of Star Wars fans is okay? It means nothing to me. Just because you go on and make a petition on change.org doesn't mean you're going to change the world or the Hollywood scene and movieverse in itself, okay? 5,000 people out of the drop of a hat of all the Star Wars fans barely makes a ripple, okay? It's like a silent fart that didn't smell. No one knew about it. And to move along here, it says that a new fresh vision from every director and that they reneged by hiring JJ back. Well, I mean, I think Collider said it best. Did they cut their hand and sign it in blood? Hell no, they didn't, okay? Things change. They've had directors to where they haven't followed their vision or they haven't agreed with them, and they've had to get rid of them for the good of the franchise, okay? For the good of the franchise. We're never going to completely understand why, okay? So we just need to understand that there are people that are invested in this. This is their life. This is their meaning for living. This is their well-being. I think they're going to make sure that it's taken care of quite well, and they don't need your help to do that, okay? Now, moving on to the last part, a rehash. A rehash. Okay. Yes, Starkiller Base was a lot like a Death Star. It was. It was a super Death Star. Did it have to be in the movie? No, probably not. They probably could have gone a different route on it. But did they? No. They went through that. Did it turn out fine? Yes, quite frankly, I think it did. And I think it was setting up things for us to see in 8, okay? Because, I mean, all these people sitting there griping, oh, JJ's going to do the same thing. Well, we haven't even seen Rian Johnson's movie. And Ryan, everybody's sitting there calling for Ryan to come back. We haven't even seen Ryan's film. And I'm not going to say it's going to be awful. And I'm excited and I'm ready to see it. But good God, we've seen what JJ did. He took the time needed to do the practical effects, to still have the CG, to keep it quiet, to respect the lore and the story. And yet, you're not satisfied with that? Because he didn't take enough risks for you? I mean, Jesus, what did you want? There to be full frontal nudity or something in Star Wars? I mean, how many risks are we looking to take here? Take a moment and think about what you're saying. Actually, go back and look and be like, well, you know, that was a risk. Okay, yeah, that was a risk. I mean, for God's sakes, they killed Han Solo. They killed Han Solo, one of the most beloved figures in Star Wars, okay? How is that not a risk? How did that not break the hearts of millions of Star Wars fans out there? Did some of us know that was coming with the rumors of it? Yeah, but did we believe it until we see it? The smart ones didn't. The smart ones didn't. But obviously, you know, I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know where you're at. I mean, you know, come back down to reality and think about it. But overall, let's look at this. You're mad. You're upset. You wanted somebody new. Fair enough. You have an opinion. That's great. You can go ahead and do an opinion. This petition, did you really need to go and make a petition? Did you really think that there were enough people that you need to make a petition about it? Do you think Kathleen Kennedy's going to see this and see, oh, what, about 3,000 some odd people sign a petition out of the millions of Star Wars fans around the world and be like, you know what, I think those 3,000 people, they've got a point. These other millions, they don't know what they're talking about. JJ, sorry you're out. Hey, let's bring that guy in. They could bring in some nonsenseless asshat that could ruin the whole thing, okay? And yet they brought in somebody that knows the crafts, that knows sci-fi, that's been involved in this, that knows the vision, that has seen what the down-the-road idea to bring all of this together and these 3 films to a close is. And you still are not satisfied. Well, I guess it just goes to show that some people just can't be happy with what they have and with a well-versed, talented, visionary director like JJ Abrams. And I'm not going to say that I'm a huge JJ fanboy. No. But do I enjoy his films? Yes. Do I feel that he will do a solid, at least solid, to fantastic job like he did in Episode 7? Yes. I do. And if you don't like that, well, write you another petition and see if you can get another 5,000 people to sign it, okay? Because quite frankly, I'm going to tell you to take that petition and shove it up your ass. But anyways, check us out on Facebook, 3 Geeks Flix. Give us a like, comment, holler, troll us. You don't do Facebook? We've got Twitter. It's at the number 3 Geeks Flix. Flix is, of course, spelled F-L-I-X. Give us a follow there. Give us a holler there. Troll there. Get involved. You are the third geek. Give us a shout out. Let us know what you think. Leave your feelings and thoughts in the comments. If you agree with me or not, that's fine. I don't care. Bring it on. I want to hear what you have to say. I can't care what you have to say unless you try to tell me what you want to say. If you want to try to convince me, go right ahead. You never know. It can happen. I try to be a pretty open guy, but when I see something like this, I just think it's ridiculous. Kind of like the Muse. And when he shaves his beard, he looks like he's 12. It's ridiculous. And I know I was kind of fishing on that, but I had to make fun of him somehow this episode, whether he was here or not. So, appreciate y'all sticking around, and stay tuned to the glow of those monitors, because we're going to catch you next time. Good night.